Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be taking my hide out of the tan, and then I'll probably end up doing the final fleshing. You can see right here I got my bin, and then inside of that got my deer hide down in there. And what we were using was Krowtann's, the special whitetail formula. They make Krowtann, I think it's 2000 right here. So this stuff is money. It does the I believe it does the pickling and the tanning at the same time. It's very strong. I wouldn't recommend being in an enclosed room with it. The fumes that's partially why you need to put a cover on it. The fumes definitely aren't good for you. But I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up, and then I'll talk about what the process was for using the Krowtann and where I'm at in the process now of taking it out, washing it, and then prepping it for the final fleshing. Alright guys, welcome back. So one thing I need to do is apologize for not getting the beginning stages where I did the rough flesh, turned the eyeballs out, and the lip, the nose, made sure everything was rough fleshed, like I said, and prepped. I forgot to mention or to take a video of that, so this is going to be just the second half, I should say, to tanning a whitetail deer with this Krowtann. But I will go ahead and read it off. The instructions are very simple. So you'll have rough flesh the skin, turn the lips, nose, ears, and eyes, and then you shake up the Krowtann and add 8 ounces, just 8 ounces of this, to 2.5 gallons of water. And then you also add 64 ounces of salt. What I used, so I just went to Dollar General, got 3 things of this. I believe this was 26 ounces, so I had to use 2 of them was 52, and then you had an extra 14 or whatever it is, 12. Yep, 12 ounces from the last one, and I went ahead and put that in there. I mixed it up, and then I took the hide, put it down in there, made sure it was submerged, and I then put gallon jugs like this on top of it. I used 8 of them. That held it down, and then every day I'd come back and I would agitate the skin, move it around, stretch it, and then that leads to where we are now, where the hide should be tanned, and it should be ready to be transferred over to the second half, where I wash it off, and then I will go ahead and neutralize it with some baking soda. And then after that's done, I'll clean it with some hot Tide, just liquid Tide, like so. Make sure it's all clean, and then I'll be good to go for the final fleshing. Okay, so the first thing is you want to make sure you got some good gloves, because you do not want to start messing with this stuff with how acidic it is. It will irritate your skin. But anyways, I've had this the hide sitting in this tub for now on 4 days. So the first thing I'm going to do is take these bottles out, these gallon jugs. I believe the power went out, and we had these to use as water, and we just refilled them. So we had this stuff for when the time came that I'll be doing this. So I'll take these out. There's the hide. So I'll take the hide out. Now this has been in here for, like I said, 4 days, give or take. So it's starting to turn white, as you can see. That means the tan worked. Everything was flipped out, eyes, ears, mouth. That way the tan gets down through everything. And then every day I'd come down here and I would pull it out, stretch it with my hands, and then I would put it back in and rotate it around. So I've got this other bucket that I'm going to put this Tide in for the time being, because I'm going to have to wash it off. And then now you have this jug full of the Krowtann formula. So you're going to want to take some baking soda, just your generic dollar store baking soda, sodium bicarbonate, whatever you want to call it. And you want to put a little bit of it in there. That way you can neutralize the acidity of this water. That way you can get rid of it. If I can get it open. Alright. So I'm just going to put a little bit in there. I'm not going to overdo it. Now, I'm going to take this PVC pipe I've got, mix it around, try to neutralize this stuff as best as I can. That way when you get rid of it, it's not tearing anything up. Like I said, the acidity of this stuff is pretty good. Alright, so now that I've gotten rid of the water, or the old Krowtann, I have the hide sitting inside of this. So it says to clean this hide off and in some water, just rinse it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take one of these jugs, has water in it. I'm just gonna rinse it out in this one bucket. Just to, you gotta clean it off. And then I'm going to transfer, after I wash this off with clear water, I'm going to neutralize the skin in 2 gallons of water and 10 to 12 ounces of sodium bicarbonate for 15 minutes and then agitate it every 5. So I'm going to take 2 of these gallons and put it inside of this other jug that I washed out. It had the original formula in it. I'm going to take 1 gallon. Boom. Alright. So now I'm going to take this hide and rinse it around in this water. Try to get some of this extra gunk off of here. Stuff's really strong, that's for dang sure. But the tan looks pretty good. Okay. Now I'm going to take this, switch it over to this larger jug. Put it down in there. Then it says to use 10 to 12 ounces. This is 16 ounces, so that'll give you an idea. Should have just a little bit left over. Go ahead and put this baking soda in there. That's probably good. And if you were doing the professionals that do this stuff, they actually have pH sticks and they check, make sure everything's correct. I'm just guesstimating. Let's put it that way. So, I'm gonna have this hide down in here in this mixture for about 15 minutes, and then every 5 minutes I'll come back and I will check it and agitate it, spin it, mess it around. And while it's waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and clean this bucket out, and then I'm gonna go fill it up with some clean water, and then I'll be using some liquid Tide to wash the hide. So stick with me. Okay, so now it's been 15 minutes, so I'm going to transfer this hide over into this thing of clear water that I've got. I'm going to rinse it out, and then I will transfer it back over into this clear water that I'm going to refill, and then use the liquid Tide to wash it. Make sure I get it all nice and clean. So, Tide's been good. I'm gonna go ahead, transfer her over. Get this one out the way. So it should be neutralized, so I shouldn't really need the gloves anymore unless I really feel like I need it. Nice and white. Looks like the tan did a great job. Alright. So, I'm going to use this Tide. I got a bucket of clean water here to my right. So I'm going to go ahead and use this liquid Tide in this water that I've already kind of soiled up a little bit. Doesn't say how much to use, so it's just a guess. But I'm going to try to wash it to the best of my abilities. Alright, so I think I've got this thing relatively clean. See the white patch nice and clean. So now I'm going to transfer it over. Nice clean water. Making this nice and clean. Now I'm going to take these towels, take that clean hide out, and I'm going to try to dry it the best that I can before I do this final fleshing. I'm going to take this. Over to there. And I will take this little towel. I'm going to put it inside the hide. Shove it up in there. Okay. Then I'm going to open this towel up. Fold it up. Roll this deer up in this towel. And I'm going to take this deer hide, step on it. Try to get as much of that water out of it as I can. I'm going to take this towel out. Now I'm going to flip it back inside out. I do the same thing. Take this, deer hide out. that stuff off there. Alrighty. Relatively clean now. See the hide's got that lighter color to it. Go hanging on the skinny beam. Alright, so now as you can see, I got the hide out on this fleshing beam, letting it dry out a little bit, and then I'm gonna put it on the fleshing machine, test my luck with it, make sure I just gotta go slow, steady, make sure I don't put any more holes than I need to in it. But I'm gonna go ahead and try doing the final fleshing, and I'll show y'all what it ends up looking like. Okay, so I'm kind of doing a progress update. So as y'all can see, cleaning it up real good. Really that's what it used to look like. Now that's what it looks like. Bringing out the white. But one thing I'm doing right now is I'm up on the back of the neck where I'm gonna have to sew it back together. One thing I didn't do on that other deer was thin it out nearly enough, because it was a pain in the rear end trying to sew it back up, because I couldn't get the needle to poke through because the skin was just, you know, a 1/4 inch thick. So I'm going real slow. I'll show y'all. So as you can see right here, here's the ear, and then right here that's the seam that's down the back of the neck. So I'm going through on this edge, going real slow, trying to thin this up right here. You see how much thinner that is compared to that. So now I should be able to get that. I should be able to get that needle through there much easier. And then as you can see on the rest of the hide, I'm just going through slowly, cleaning it off. So just wanted to show y'all what I was doing. Probably it's been about 30-45 minutes, so I'll probably end up doing another 30 minutes at least before I start working on the face. Alright, so I just got done. Like I said, it took me probably an hour to an hour and 30 minutes, I don't know, somewhere in that range to get it done. But here is the final result. As you can see, this hole was already in there, but I did thin out around that hole, so that way what I saw was when they're elongated like that in a football shape, it makes it a little easier to sew them up to make them look better. I put that hole in it right there, so just one little pinhole at the bottom, so I can't complain. Well, maybe that one too. But everything looks pretty good. It's pretty even, as you can see. Brought out the nice color in the hide. Tan seemed like it went through real well. I made it real thin up here where I'm gonna have to sew around the antlers and everything. And then I hit the face as much as I could without tearing it up. As you can see, I didn't want to go any deeper right there, else I was going to cut out those hair follicles. And I went around the nose, and everything's tanned up. So I'll just have to go through with the scalpel and do a little bit of touch-up work, especially around the ears and everything. And I should be ready to rock after that. But as you can see, this Krowtann did a great job, in my opinion. My dad's always used it, and he's mounted hundreds of deer, never had an issue with it, so I trust it for sure. And I'm actually kind of proud of how even I did it. I think it turned out pretty good, if I do say so myself. Alright guys, I think I've done all I'm going to do for now. Cleaned out around the eyes best as I could. Messed with the nose. I still got probably a little bit that I need to do before I put it on the form and everything, but run out of time for the day, so go ahead and show y'all what the hide looks like. Looks much better. And then I'll flip it inside out. I don't see any hair slipping or anything, so I'm pretty satisfied with it. Though I'll be back trying to mount it. I gotta get some more supplies, gotta get some new glue and everything, and I'll be back to mount it hopefully in the next few weeks and bring that big boy back to life. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and gotta get going.